All right. So, hello to everybody out there in the land of YouTube. My name is Jonathan McAdam. I am the owner, designer, creator of StArt's channel. First and foremost, I do ask you to subscribe to StArt's. Basically, with this channel, what I'm trying to do is share my journey, share the experiences and wisdom and knowledge that I've obtained over my almost 8 years of sobriety. First 30 years of my life, I struggled with addictions, growing up in guardianship, foster care, group homes, alcohol abuse, and went through the most difficult times of my life and essentially, went through the dark side of my soul and lived in darkness for a really long time. But that's just the beginning, right? So I've actually taken everything and all those trials and tribulations and darkness and now trying to be that light, the brightest stars in the sky shine in the darkness. I wanted to share my struggles right now. So life is always going to have something. Life is never going to work out perfectly the way that we want it to work out. But we have to recognize that whatever struggles that are coming into our life ultimately is something that is strengthening us. But it all comes down into how we react to the circumstance and how we react to the situation. I mean, if we react to it in just a pure reactionary way, then ultimately we probably won't get over it sooner. And it'll just be something that will fester in our heart and add stress and anxiety, and therefore never truly getting the situation resolved. But if we do just kind of sit back, breathe for a bit, analyze and assess the situation, and then move forward after that in a positive reactionary state, then ultimately the circumstance will be better off and we'll be able to move forward as opposed to keeping things in a darker way. So I'm struggling with my daughter is 16 and I struggled with addictions, right? So I wasn't there as much as I should have been. From her point of age 5 to age 8, I wasn't there at all, right? At that point in time, she had a stepfather that was there. And then when I got clean and sober in 2012, then I started rebuilding a relationship with my daughter. And so she was 8 at that point. And then now she's 16. And we haven't spoken in basically almost 8 months, 7, 8 months. And it's been hard on me. You know, one of the key reasons, there's a few reasons, but one of the key reasons why I got clean and sober was that I could be there for her because I was not the person who I knew I needed to be and who I wanted to be, right? I mean, I wanted to be there. I mean, I grew up in guardianship, foster care, and stuff like that, so my biological parents weren't there, you know? And I didn't want her to go down the same path without having a father who loved her unconditionally and who's always there to support and guide and never judge, you know? Just if she's going through difficult times, just to embrace her and give her whatever knowledge that I can, provide and protect. But she's going through an age and she had done some things and some posted some videos and then so dad, you know, Papa Bear at that point, went down and just told her it's like, you can't be doing this and so on and so forth. Um, Unfortunately, she blocked me from everything and has disconnected our communication. So I'm having a hard time. Like like I'm having a really really difficult time. And it comes in waves. I mean, I'm trying to do what I can, you know. send her some pictures and let her know I love her, that I'm there for her, that the door's always open. I mean, I moved 500 meters away from her, right? And but it goes into the fact that we can't change people, you know, um, and it's how we react. I mean, for example, with her mother, I mean, I can't change her mother. I mean, I can't force her mother to talk to her daughter and try and speak reason. And that's hard. That's hard because we want to control circumstances and situations. Like we want to control. I want to control it. I want them to see my view. I mean, when things were happening with my daughter, I went out and I tried to find help. I tried to go through preventative measures so that she doesn't end up going down the same road that I went down. Because we obviously want the best for our children. But again, we're going to come across situations, we're going to come across life, and life is going to punch us in the face. And there's going to be things that we don't have any control over. And and again, it's how we react to it. I mean, do I get frustrated? Do I get angry? Do I get resentful? Yes, definitely do. Not towards my daughter. It's more towards her mother, because I feel that she should be doing certain things and should recognize, what I've done. You know, I've been clean and sober for this long, and I don't deserve this, so on and so forth. Those are, the thoughts that come into my mind. But at the same time, it's like we have to trust in the Lord. I have to trust in God. I have to surrender. I mean, I try. And I've tried. And I've tried. I mean, there's only so much an individual can do in their lives. There's only so much you can do in your life, you know, when things are occurring. But it has to come to a point where we just have to let go. And we just have to let God. Yeah, and we have to keep on moving forward, you know. And I have, you know, surrendered to the situation. Is it still one of the forefront things that are on my mind? Yeah, it is. Do I keep on sending positive vibes and healing energy to my daughter and our relationship? Yes, I do. So that's all I can do, you know? And that's hard. It's like when we want to do more, when we want people to see our perspective, when we want things to change, and we want to feel better, and we want our loved ones to feel better, if we want the situation to get better and stuff like that, and then it's like I told my friend, it's like I just feel that a cinder block has been wrapped around my ankle and I've been thrown into the ocean and I can't do anything. I'm just sinking darker and deeper. And that's hard. That is strenuous. But at the same time, you know, I have to practice what scripture says in respects to throwing all of my burdens, throwing all of your burdens upon God, upon source, upon the universe, upon spirit, and release it, surrender to it, and just be like, take this away from me. I can't do it. I can't deal with it. It's too much. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. A couple days ago, it all came back up. It all came back up, and I got so angry and so resentful, and then just like flipping out and just adding so much negativity, so much negative energy on my body. And that's not right. I mean, if we have to be I have to be mindful of how I'm feeling, and I have to recognize that that does not suit me. If we are in the presence of source, if we are in the presence of God, if we are in the presence of spirit, then we have to recognize that in that place there's only joy, love, acceptance, and peace. And if we are outside of that, if we are out of alignment with that, then we have to get back to it. We have to get back to that joy. We have to get back to that peace. We have to get back to that love. And then in that is where we have to find trust and understand that in the end, it's going to work out. But we need to learn a lesson. There's something in this that we have to learn. And one thing that I've looked at in the world and stuff like that is that we keep on trusting in ourselves and we don't keep on trusting in the source spirit of creation. And the more that we keep on doing our own thing and wanting our own ways, then the further we get away from source, the further we get away from the spirit, and ultimately the further we get away from purpose and direction. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just had to, I just want to be real with you guys. That's my goal. I struggle. We all struggle, and I just want to be real with it. I go through hard times. You know, 8 months, 8 months, 8 years almost clean and sober. Praise God for that. You know, homeless, sleeping on couches, underneath trees, right? I'm basically running 3 businesses right now. So that's amazing. And that's what I have to be grateful for. I mean, regardless of what's happening with my daughter, you know, I have to be grateful that she's healthy. I have to be grateful that ultimately, and know and believe with 100% faith, that ultimately she loves her dad and she's going through a difficult time. But at the same time, I need to look at myself and be like, look, Jonathan, you weren't there. You know, I wasn't. And, you know, I have to live with that. I was hoping and praying that my lack of presence would have been, didn't have too much of an effect on her because she was young. But you want to know what there? I wasn't there to build a solid relationship as her being young, right? And we have been building relationship over the past 8 years, right? And you know, we have smiled and we have experienced things and we have laughed and we have hugged and we have loved and everything like that. And regardless of what's going on, we just have to keep on going and just surrender. If there's a circumstance or situation that you have no control over, accept that you have no control over it. Write, put it out on paper, talk to God, be like, I need your help, I need your spirit, because I can't do this on my own. And just know that God is always with you, and that there is always, always, always a way out of a circumstance or situation. There is always a resolution to a problem. And sometimes we just have to sit back and we just have to stop being reactionary and then just sit back and breathe and just surrender. So subscribe, like the video. Come on, it's a great video, right? You got value. And if you got value, then you have to share it because other people also have to see it, because I'm not the only one going through this. You know, you're not the only one going through this. And we just have to keep on being there for each other. And if we see something that has value, then we have to share it, because we need to add value to others. And if it's just a matter of subscribing to StArt, great. You can see my videos all the time. I do my like 20-second videos, and then I do like these videos, and then I'm just real. I just want to be who I am for you, and for you to know that anything and everything is possible, and you guys are all awesome, beautiful, purposed, and whatever we're going through, on the other end, there's light. On the other end, there's strength. On the other end, there's power. On the other end, you will be stronger. Thank you.